Namaskar friends, this is Shekhar Mayanil here again on our channel Yogic Realization. Uh, there are another set of questions that have come up from my previous vlog, and I just casually mentioned yogic mindset in that vlog, and suddenly the people ask that what is yogic mindset? Because this is the continuation of that. That's why I'm taking up this question, even though it was asked recently. So, well, you know what? I can give an entire seminar on yogic mindset, but I'll give you some bullet points only. A yogic mindset is a mindset where there is no other, right? Um, when you have obliterated the 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 body identification, which means to say the your finite limited identification, when you have obliterated that, obviously what remains is you merge your identity, not you, your identity merges with the infinite existence. Okay, so that is uh, what happens when there is no other. I mean, everything is you only now. The river is you, the trees are you, the rocks are you, the other person, so-called other person, is not non-existent. It is you only. So you have such a vast, bigger identification now that you are no more in competition with anyone now. Who are you competing against? You're only competing against yourself, right? Just like a game of golf, right? In a game of golf, a golfer is never in competition with the other golfer. He is in competition with his own best, yesterday's best, right? So that's exactly what happens in real life. When you are established in yoga, the yogic mindset is there is no other, right? Then second bullet point is the identity. As I already told you, the finiteness of your identity, the limitations of your identity is lost, right? And the third one is, um, you if there is a pain elsewhere, like if this is yogic mindset, anywhere in the planet, if there is some pain happening, you will sense it, because you are in one with that entire existence, right? Just like in our limited body level, we can talk about it. If a finger has some pain, or it has got burnt with some kind of a, you touched a hot stove or something, it got burnt, the entire body comes in trying to rescue it, right? That's exactly how you will become when your body is merged, when your uh, limited body identification is dissolved and it merges with the infinite existence. Now this might sound vague and esoteric or sort of, but you know what, if you are established in yoga, this will be the yogic mindset you will have. I mean, there is no other way. There is no other way. Right? And your essential identity is that you will understand for the first time, you will understand and appreciate for the first time that you have a body, not that you are a body. You have a body, and that's a beauty, right? Then the fourth point is, you will discover your true nature. What do you mean by that, discovering your true nature? True nature means the real true nature that we have is is the nature of bliss. Now this is the same question I asked my mentor, my guru, my everybody there. I asked him, what do you mean by that? You are talking about bliss and I am experiencing blisters here. How is it compatible to what you're saying here? And I said, whatever you are doing, why are you doing? He asked this question. Don't you hate that question when somebody asks you, why are you doing what you're doing? Yeah, I mean, come on, I'm doing it to pay the bills. And this is exactly what I said. I said, I am doing what I'm doing is to pay the bill. Then I said, then what will happen? After you have paid the bill, what will happen? And well, then whatever the money remaining, I can live lavishly, little bit. So, and then what will happen? why you would like to live lavishly, and why do that I would like to live in a good home and things like that. That's not lavish actually. I said, why do you like to live in good homes? So he kept on asking why, till a point of time when I said, I want to experience happiness, that's why. I said, then the last question he asked, why is it that you like to experience happiness? And there was a dead end. I said, I don't know. I said, let's derive it. So he took me for a walk, and he picked up in the trail a handful of soil, and he dropped it. I said, where did the soil go? I said, back to earth. And then he gave me a candle, and he asked me to burn it. I said, I burnt it. I said, where does the flame rise? Flame goes up all the time, right? Yeah. So I held the candle upside down, this way, that way. Where did the flame go anyway? Flame always goes up. Okay. Then I said, did you remember the rivers around here? All the rivers are headed towards the ocean, right? Exactly right. Why? So in all the three examples, he said that all these things gravitate toward the very source they came from. Things gravitate towards the very source they came from. Rivers came from the ocean. Essentially, that's the origin. And soil, back to earth. Earth is the origin of soil. Flame is seeking sun all the time. That's the source of its origin, right? So everything gravitates toward the very source of they came from. And with the same analogy, why are you seeking happiness all the time? Is because that's the very source you came from. You are the very source you came from. So you are looking for happiness outside. It's not out there. It's right here where you are. You are that source of happiness. You are not You are not seeking happiness. You are the very happiness. You realize this once. I said, how do I realize it? And that's how the whole journey started. Okay, let's sit down. And sitting down was the key. Okay, thank you very much. I hope you understood the concept of yogic mindset. And of course, there are a lot of questions. I can give a whole seminar on that, 3-hour seminar on this. But suffice, this is just few pointers that I gave you. I hope you will get appreciation of this. And if there is more questions, I'm sure I will answer them one by one. Thank you so much.